My name is Michael J. A. Gabbery. I'd like to thank the founders of the groups that I've studied with. First, Rob Menard from the Freeman Society in Canada, and the World Freeman Society, and Winston Shrout from WSSIC.com, and Dean Clifford from TimeForTheTruth.info, and Carrie Lee Miller from Lifting the Veil. These people helped me get started in this movement, and I'd like to also acknowledge Lester House, Indian leader, the late Musa Meredith Quinn, and the Indian activist from Wounded Knee. Basically, these are the people who have gotten me to the point that I am at now. Basically, where I'm going to start today is where Dean Clifford comes in determining what the certificate of live birth is and how it's used. First off, the certificate of live birth, as Dean writes it out, gives you differences between certificate of live birth and birth certificate. So the first area that we're going to look at is who gives you these documents. The parents gives you certificate. Parents give you the certificate of live birth. The government gives you the birth certificate, and they send it real fast. As soon as they get that and process it, they send it to your parents. So they want you to have this real quick. Certificate of live birth. When I applied, I applied 3 times, and it takes 6 weeks to get it delivered. The birth certificate, my replacement birth certificate, I applied once, and they had it to me in 5 days. So that gives you an idea of how quickly they want you to have the birth certificate. As Dean says in his presentation, they give you a battleship. Like on the Sea of Commerce, they give you a battleship when you're with the certificate of live birth. And that's all all the rights that you get from your parents, from your birthright, from who you are. And then they convert it into birch bark. Canoe. The birch bark canoe, you wouldn't want to put that on the sea. A little bit of bad weather and you're buried. So basically, they're taking your birthright and all the rights that come with it, and giving you this little birch bark canoe, which is your benefits and privileges, which basically leaves you with pretty much nothing. And So basically, what does all this mean? If this is where your rights are, I want to have that document. Now, how do you assert that document is the issue. The certificate of live birth is evidence of something, your birthright, who your parents are. Your parents gave it to you, so it pretty much gives you a basic platform to present all your stuff. What I do, I've seen a lot of people talking about a claim of right. And the way I see it, that's evidence of your rights. All you have to do is claim that that's your rights. You don't have to go through every right. You have to claim who you are. Once you claim who you are and what jurisdiction you fall under, then at that point you can go and pretty much do anything, and you no longer have that restriction of, well, did I claim this right? Well, you don't have to think about all that. It's up to them now to prove that you don't have that right. And that's the position I want to be in. So basically, here's how I'm doing it. So, I am, and because I'm tribal, Musa Meredith Quinn has elaborated in his writings about what a tribal person is, or an Indian. Basically, I am, my name, a son of my mother. And a son, of my father, son of his mother. Because as a son of my mother, this is how the tribal heredity is handed down by the mother. So I'm a son of my mother, and she's Micmac. A son of my father, who is a son of his mother, who's Iroquois, or Iroquois. Basically, this gives notice to anyone in a legal position, for instance, a police officer, pretty much anyone in the courts, government official, city, state, city, province, and federal, that you are tribal. Pretty much the same goes for a sovereign who is either not tribal or doesn't know his tribal status. A sovereign can be just leave out the statements about who your heritage is. Basically, what I do after that is I do a statement of this is a document that evidences my certain rights and freedoms under the Constitution, Act of 1982, being Schedule B to the Canada Act 1982, as well as the United Nations Resolution 217, A, 217A, 1, 2, 3, of 10th of December, and that was 1948. These two documents cover anything that's sovereign. Basically, it's the place that you want to be when you're being oppressed. You want to hold the government accountable to those documents, and as a tribal, any and all treaties. Any and all treaties. Basically, that covers any treaty that may have been signed with any tribal in North America. Now, so what does this get me? Basically, it makes a statement that these are the laws that I'm going by, and these are, I'm going to hold whoever accountable to those laws. But personally, I'm going to be making the move, so they have to be sure that they follow these laws. They break these laws, then I have the case. And again, when Dean mentioned one word, Dean Clifford mentioned one word that really resonated with me, it's EVIDENCE. Evidence in court or in front of a policeman or in front of any official governmental office. Evidence is what makes your case. It makes your argument. It makes your, it proves your right. So basically, what you're doing is you're creating evidence. So when you go into court, here, Your Honor, this is my evidence of who I am. Having said that, once you have the evidence of who you are, your right as a there's a maxim that deals with a man is worthy of his hire. So rather than be a slave to government offices and their laws and their bylaws or corporate laws or whatever they want to call them, basically you have a right to charge for whatever whatever offenses people have against you. If you get arrested, you put in jail, you're going to start charging them a certain fee, but you have to make that clear before you actually start charging the fee. So anytime you're stopped by a policeman or any of that kind of stuff, you hand them If you're asked for ID, you give the certificate of live birth along with your affidavit and a fee schedule. So when you do up a fee schedule, is the basis of not harm, but losses. You lost your time due to someone imposing their will on you. So basically, this is your fee that you're going to charge for the police, for the courts, for a city, province, state, country imposing their will on you. You're going to charge them for that. So basically, there's a whole wide array of fee schedules that people are using. But this is basic. This is the basic way that one can assert, number one, who they are, number two, what law they're going by, number three, your fee schedule. So as far as asserting who you are, this is pretty much the basic way that I'm doing it. I found it works very well. I've been asked by people on some of the forums regarding my name, are you sure you want to use your name? Yes, I do. What I found is a lot of the arguments, oh, well, that's not my name. Well, if it's not your name, then you don't mind if I convict you of the offense. Well, I do mind, but if you're not going to answer to the name, then it's, you know, you get they hold you accountable anyway, so they're going to arrest your person anyway. So why not assert that you, yes, that's my name, and here is how I'm going to assert that name, rather than to say no consent. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. With this process, with this assertion, I've had three instances where I've used this assertion, and this assertion has gotten acquittals. I have 4 instances previous to that where I tried to not use the name. That's not me. I'm not the all caps letter. 4 instances out of 4, I got convictions. Someone convicted me, or the person I was representing. So, I mean, 4 for 4 of getting convicted, and 3 for 3 of acquittals. Basically, I would go with the 3 for 3 on acquittals. So, I guess for this video, this is pretty much what I wanted to get across. Thanks.